In a remote area of northern Pakistan, nestled between the valleys of Bumbaret, Rumbur, and Biryur, lives the Kalash people. With roughly 3,000 to 4,000 members, they're the smallest ethnic minority in the country. Even though they're surrounded by a predominantly Muslim region, they practice animism and perform rituals passed down through generations, giving them a unique way of life. One especially intriguing aspect is that some Kalash people have blue eyes, a rarity in Asia. This detail fuels theories linking their origins to Europe. Some researchers believe they might descend from soldiers in Alexander the Great's army, who possibly settled there centuries ago. Although there's no clear consensus about this connection, the historical and cultural significance of the Kalash people is undeniable. In a remote mountainous area of northern Pakistan lives a community that still follows ancient rituals and distinct ways of life. The Kalash people. Their customs, passed down through generations, have a unique essence, often sparking curiosity among visitors. Living in isolation, they carry a mystery that makes scholars question the true origins of their community. In a country that's predominantly Muslim, the Kalash have faced decades of pressure to adopt another faith. Despite this, their determination highlights an ongoing effort to protect the beliefs and traditional celebrations that shape their way of life. For this group, giving up their practices wouldn't just mean changing religions. It would mean losing an identity that connects them to their past and ensures their legacy continues. Their unwavering stance also sparks conversations about the importance of preserving voices that have echoed since ancient times. In the mountains of Pakistan, there's a community that sees its traditions as an essential part of their identity. When someone steps away from these customs, it often leads to broken ties with family and friends, highlighting just how deeply Kalash culture shapes each individual's life. One interesting thing about the tribe is the way men and women share responsibilities and opportunities. Unlike many other areas in the country, everyone attends the same schools, splits daily chores, and gathers together for celebrations filled with music and dancing. Plus, marriage usually happens because of love and connection, rather than arranged unions common elsewhere in Pakistan. Another unique aspect is that the tribe makes and drinks their own alcohol, despite living in a mostly Muslim environment. This practice not only catches visitors' attention, but also strengthens the group's identity, as they continue ancient rituals even without total support from the surrounding community. The Kalash celebrate 3 major festivals throughout the year, each reflecting key aspects of their heritage. Chilam Yoshi happens in May, celebrating spring and highlighting the importance of women in their community. Uchao marks the arrival of autumn, bringing everyone together with dancing and singing to honor the changing seasons. But the real highlight of Kalash culture comes during Kamos, held in the depths of winter. This festival is exclusively for adults who know every ritual inside out, creating a deep bond between generations. For them, tradition stays alive through these sacred gatherings, where the past and present blend in a special way. Would you be able to join an event where entry is only allowed after purification rituals? Among the Kalash, that's been their reality for centuries. Before each major festival, everyone has to go through rituals that ensure they meet the community's standards of purity. But that's just the start. Each tribe member follows their own unique path, showing their deep connection to the land and their ancestors. For young men, the most challenging phase happens up in the mountains. They head out alone, accompanied only by goats, relying entirely on meat and milk to survive the whole process. This tough test measures both their physical strength and emotional determination. Only after completing it are they allowed into the most important celebrations. Women also go through periods of isolation, but under different circumstances. During menstruation and right after childbirth, they move into a separate building called a basiolini, away from their homes. During this time, they avoid physical and social contact with their families, following a tradition that reinforces the importance of these phases in their culture. Even while isolated, they still receive food delivered from a distance. This separation affects romantic life in the tribe, as women often use this period to decide whether they'll start or end relationships. These practices are more than just interesting customs. They reinforce the group's identity and ensure their culture continues. In a remote part of Pakistan, the Kalash community follows traditions that set them apart from the rest of the country. One example is what's known as consensual kidnapping. A woman chooses the man she wants to marry and moves into his home. After 2 months, she returns to her parents' house, where the official ceremony takes place. If she later decides to remarry, her new husband has to pay her ex twice the dowry. Divorce is viewed casually among the Kalash. On the mountain slopes of Pakistan, there's a community whose traditions stand out compared to other parts of the country. In the Kalash tribe, women have the freedom to choose who they want to marry, and if they wish, they can end the marriage without facing judgment. This is very different from more conservative areas, where norms are strict and women often have limited autonomy. Among the Kalash, daily life includes vibrant festivals filled with music and dancing, where women's participation is openly celebrated. This lifestyle strengthens bonds and shows a unique approach to marriage. However, connecting with the outside world isn't always easy. Kalash traditions, known for openness and respect, often clash with the more restrictive values of other areas in Pakistan, creating challenges for those who want to keep their distinctive way of life alive. When Kalash women marry men from outside the tribe, especially Muslims, it creates cultural tensions that impact their families and the whole community. On top of that, women who leave the area and later decide to return risk being excluded from traditional festivals, missing out on events central to their culture. Within the tribe itself, there's still a clear division of roles. Women handle household tasks, while men take on heavier jobs, trade, and travel. Practices like separate bathing areas remain common. Ultimately, living as a Kalash woman means constantly balancing. While they enjoy unique freedoms, they also face barriers that shape their place in the community. Amid ancient customs and outside influences, the Kalash people stay committed to practices that shape their identity, even as they face challenges that sometimes limit their role in society. At the heart of Kalash Valley, known by many as the Fairy Valley, is the Kamos Festival, a celebration that's vital to their community. One key moment is the Bubulak, when young men return after a period of isolation. Some stories suggest that during this time, these men have complete freedom to choose companions, even married women. However, the Kalash strongly reject this claim, saying such rumors distort their rituals and disrespect their traditions. As you travel through the valley, the presence of Kalash women stands out clearly, marked by their distinctive appearance. Their clothing combines bright colors and carefully crafted accessories, reflecting both their ancestral heritage and their personal interpretation of modern life. It's through this balance that the Kalash people show the strength of their roots and proudly reaffirm their unique identity. The intricate hairstyles, decorated with braids and ornaments, show the Kalash people's strong connection to their ancestors. This style goes beyond just looking good. It's a symbol of their deep bond with traditions, keeping stories alive as they're passed down through generations. It's something that amazes travelers who are willing to make long journeys just to experience this legacy firsthand. By the end of the Kamos festival, those who participate leave feeling like they've experienced something truly authentic. These celebrations, rooted in ancient rituals and lasting beliefs, capture the essence of a community proud to honor their heritage. In a remote mountainous region of Pakistan, the Kalash attract attention for their unique traits. Among these are the blue eyes of some of the women, sparking discussions and theories about their possible origins. There's an old story linking the Kalash people to Alexander the Great. Around 320 BC, he supposedly took shelter in these lands and left descendants who, it's said, carried genetic traces from his lineage. The Kalash women's love for festivals and wine often reinforces this theory, since it recalls habits associated with the Macedonian leader. Although there's no solid proof, this legend continues to intrigue visitors to the region. The contrast between the mountainous environment and the blue eyes found among locals fuels speculation about the group's origins. The lack of concrete evidence only increases the fascination around Kalash women, keeping the search for answers alive. When you look into those eyes, it's hard to tell where facts end and myth begins. It's exactly this uncertainty that keeps the mysterious roots of the Kalash sparking curiosity around the world, preserving an enigma that seems to stand the test of time.